In April 2010, India's Minister of State for External Affairs stepped down from his post amid a storm of corruption allegations. His partner had just been awarded a massive equity stake, worth roughly $10 million, in a new Indian Premier League cricket franchise, sparking a massive scandal over political conflicts of interest. 4 years later, the controversy took a fatal turn. Sunanda Pushkar was found dead in room 345 of New Delhi's Leela Palace Hotel, triggering a grueling investigation and a relentless media frenzy. Almost immediately, the tabloids flattened their lives into a predictable soap opera. The public was fed a simple story of a shadowy, well-connected politician and his tragic, dependent wife caught in his wake. But that sensationalized framing completely wiped out the historical record. It ignored the fact that these were two highly successful, fiercely independent individuals who had already conquered their respective fields. To grasp how the IPL bid became so toxic and why the fallout was so devastating, we have to look at the empires they constructed on their own, long before the political machine swallowed them whole. Shashi Tharoor built his early reputation far from Indian domestic politics. By the age of 22, he had earned a PhD in international relations from Tufts University, launching a cosmopolitan career focused on global affairs. Over the next 3 decades at the United Nations, he developed a strict reliance on hard data. He consistently evaluated global crises through measurable outcomes rather than ideological posturing. That pragmatism was tested in the late 1970s and 80s when he directed UNHCR operations in Singapore. He managed the logistics for the Vietnamese boat people crisis, screening and processing thousands of refugees fleeing economic collapse and political violence in Southeast Asia. His operational efficiency caught the attention of UN leadership. Under Secretary General Kofi Annan, Tharoor was elevated to Under-Secretary General for Communications and Public Information, deeply influencing the expansion of UN peacekeeping strategies across volatile regions. In 2006, India officially nominated him to lead the UN as Secretary General. He secured second place among all candidates, blocked from the top job only by great power veto politics from the United States. His entire professional life leading up to 2009 rested on a foundation of solving complex international emergencies through careful analysis, logic, and multilateral diplomacy. On a parallel track, Sunanda Pushkar was fighting a very different kind of battle, far removed from diplomatic immunity and elite institutions. Her early adulthood was defined by severe financial struggle and personal tragedy. After the death of her second husband, she was left to survive as a single mother in Canada, taking on jobs as a receptionist and travel agent just to keep her family afloat. Realizing she needed a higher ceiling to build real wealth, she relocated to the Middle East. She secured a position with a government-owned property company, stepping directly into Dubai's exploding real estate sector. As the only Indian employee among a largely Arab workforce, she leveraged sharp networking skills and relentless tenacity to close massive pre-booking deals, earning substantial commissions in a highly competitive, male-dominated industry. This chart shows the financial impact of those commissions over her second stint in Dubai. By reinvesting her earnings, she amassed a personal net worth crossing the 100 crore threshold, roughly $15 million, years before she ever met Shashi Tharoor. She did not need political connections to build her fortune. She was a battle-tested, self-made mogul who commanded her own empire through sheer grit. Their trajectories finally collided in 2009. As Tharoor left the UN to enter Indian domestic politics, the two married and combined their formidable networks to help secure an Indian Premier League cricket franchise for his home state of Kerala. This flowchart outlines the structure of the Kochi Tuskers Consortium. For her advisory services, Pushkar received a standard 4.75% stake in sweat equity, shares given for labor rather than capital. In the private sector, this is normal business practice. But because her partner was now a sitting minister, that equity immediately looked like a massive, unethical conflict of interest. Tax departments cleared Tharoor of financial misconduct, and no formal corruption charges were ever filed. But the optical damage was irreversible. To shield the government from further embarrassment, Tharoor stepped down from his ministerial post. The professional crisis bled into their personal lives, culminating in catastrophe. In 2014, Pushkar was found dead. For years, televised media trials relentlessly speculated about poisoning and murder, dragging Tharoor through public interrogations. It took until 2021 for a Delhi court to officially discharge Tharoor of all charges. The forensic evidence confirmed there was no criminal involvement. Her death resulted from a tragic prescription drug overdose during a period of profound personal distress. The exact traits that built their global successes, her aggressive business structuring and his vast diplomatic networks, provided the exact ammunition their political rivals used to destroy them. Despite enduring immense reputational damage, Tharoor managed a surprising political recovery. He retained his seat in parliament, winning 4 consecutive elections in his constituency. He also pivoted back to his empirical roots. Drawing on his academic background, he debated at the Oxford Union and published An Era of Darkness, using hard economic data to calculate the trillions of dollars in wealth extracted from India during British colonial rule. While Tharoor salvaged his public standing, Pushkar's legacy was largely erased by the scandal. It fell to her childhood friends, like journalist Sunanda Mehta, to write her biography and fight to reclaim her true narrative. They remind the public that the real Sunanda Pushkar was a straightforward, resilient girl from Ambala, who survived crushing personal losses to construct a multi-million-dollar empire on her own terms. No matter how vast your intellectual achievements or how self-made your fortune, the machinery of domestic politics is unforgiving. Once caught in its gears, it strips away decades of hard-won success, reducing an extraordinary life to a single blurry headline.